Joe Gideon.
Thank you, Mr Deputy Speaker. Making Britain the best place to grow up and grow old is a big challenge. Ensuring that where you are born and raised does not limit your quality of life and life expectancy is an even bigger challenge, and one which lies at the heart of the government's levelling up agenda. We all know the expression, "you are what you eat." In Britain, we are trapped in a junk food cycle that means we now consume more highly processed foods than any other European country except Malta, and have higher levels of obesity. Yet we have had decades, even centuries, of political barriers to good food policy. We often hear cries of nanny statism or "don't tell us what to eat." The latest government announcements of delaying the ban on junk food advertising on television before 9 p.m. and delaying restricting buy one get one free promotions follows this regrettable trend. As a self-confessed chocoholic, I struggle to resist the temptation to boost my energy levels with a bar of chocolate rather than a piece of fruit. So I know firsthand the irresistible pull of promotions and multiple purchase deals. And I appreciate that some honourable members believe that attempts to tackle the bombardment of unhealthy food should be postponed so as not to increase the cost of living. They are wrong. Research shows that promotions on unhealthy food and drink actually encourage people to buy 22% more unhealthy food and drink than intended, and to consume more of it too. Marketing tactics have a real financial cost, as well as a negative health impact. Let's not forget, retailers have other choices. Instead of encouraging customers on tight budgets to spend more on non-essential foods through these offers, they could simply offer 50% discounts, or as some supermarkets have started to do, ensure that they have a value range of products at affordable prices, which covers the basic foods for a balanced diet. The political context has changed in recent months, and the government's focus is rightly on helping with the cost of living. Though this is a priority, it should not prevent introducing the important measures I've listed. Any delay will mean more children will live with obesity, and too many will have reduced life chances through ill health. Our constituents will not thank us or forgive us for doing a U-turn on their health. Obesity is a national emergency. In England, about 68% of men, 60% of women, and more than 1 in 4 children aged 2 to 15 are obese or overweight. While this is a nationwide issue, rates of obesity are disproportionately higher among people living in the more deprived communities. The statistics in my own city of Stoke-on-Trent are shocking. 76.1% of adults in Stoke-on-Trent are overweight or obese, and that is the 3rd highest figure of all local authorities in England. As the cost of living continues to squeeze household budgets, low-income families are forced to choose the cheapest calories, which are typically the least healthy. The government must ensure that when it comes to tackling food security and the cost of living, it introduces policies that make nutritious diets affordable, easy and accessible to families on the lowest incomes. There is a pressing need for a good food bill, which would set out long-term approach and clear targets for the food system and make it laid out in law, with better systems for independently monitoring policy. We talk about the need for a resilient food system in terms of supply chains and production. I think we need to widen out the resilience narrative to resilient population that is both financially resilient to price shocks and resilient in public health terms to pandemics, for instance. We must not lurch from crisis to crisis. Action on the nation's obesity emergency needs to start now. To be clear, I support the right to good food as a fundamental pillar of the government's levelling up agenda. I support a school standards, food standards to ensure our young people have the fuel to learn. I support bringing cookery skills and an understanding of nutrition into the school curriculum at every key stage and through community organisations such as family hubs. I support measures to enable British farmers to produce the food we need and the food industry to innovate and adapt so that they are incentivised to create healthier and more sustainable products. And I support better help within the NHS for people living with obesity, including social prescribing and fair bariatric services. Good food, good health is a vital ingredient to maximising our quality of life and longevity. Proper nutrition is the foundation of good health, and investment in access to good food will pay dividends, both in terms of savings to the NHS and in increased productivity, which will boost the economy and deliver on the promise of levelling up health outcomes. you.